She texted me, "Help, someone is breaking in," then went silent for 3 hours. I rushed home doing 100 miles per hour, nearly crashing. I kicked down the door with a bat to find her filming a TikTok. "Gotcha. Look at your face," I replied. "Get out." Then I sued her for emotional distress and the cost of the broken door. Her followers didn't find her eviction funny. I am writing this from a hotel room because my front door is currently off its hinges and being held up by plywood. My hands have finally stopped shaking, but the cold anger hasn't left. If anything, it is solidifying into something permanent. I, 45M, have been dating Jessica, 27F, for about 11 months. She moved into my house 4 months ago. I own my home, a detached property on a decent plot of land about 30 minutes from the city. I've worked hard for what I have. I run a logistics company, and I value peace, quiet, and security. When I met Jessica, she was working as a dental hygienist. She was sweet, attentive, and seemed to have a good head on her shoulders. I'm not blind to the age gap, and I know what people think. But for the first 8 months, she was mature beyond her years. We cooked together, went hiking, and she seemed to hate drama as much as I did. Then, about 3 months ago, she quit her job. She didn't discuss it with me beforehand. She just announced it one evening over dinner. She said she wanted to pursue content creation full-time because one of her videos of her doing makeup had hit 50,000 views. I was skeptical. I told her straight up, "I am not funding a hobby. You have 3 months to match your previous income. If you can't, you go back to work. I handle the mortgage and utilities, but I expect a partner to be productive." She agreed, claiming she was going to be the next big thing. That's when the phone became attached to her hand. Everything became content. If we went to dinner, I had to wait 5 minutes to eat while she got the lighting right. If I was watching a movie, she was filming commentary. It was annoying, but I tolerated it as long as it didn't interfere with my actual life. But then the pranks started. It started small, putting salt in my coffee, hiding my car keys when I needed to leave for a meeting. I shut that down immediately. I sat her down and said, "I don't play games. My time is money, and my peace is non-negotiable. If you pull a prank that messes with my work or my safety, we are done. No second chances." She rolled her eyes and called me a boomer. I'm Gen X, but whatever. But she stopped, or so I thought. Apparently, she was just planning something bigger because her views were stagnating. Yesterday was a Tuesday. I was at a site inspection about 40 miles from home. High stress, loud machinery, crucial deadlines. At 2:14 p.m., I got a text from Jessica. "Babe, there's a car in the driveway. I don't recognize it." I replied immediately. "Probably a delivery, or someone turning around. Lock the door just in case." 2 minutes later, they're walking up to the windows. They're looking inside. I'm scared. I called her, straight to voicemail. I texted, "Call me now." At 2:19 p.m., she sent a voice note. It was just a whisper. "He's at the back door. He's trying the handle. I think he sees me. Please hurry." Then, silence. I called 911 immediately. I gave them my address, told them my girlfriend was home alone, and there was an active intruder attempting entry. They dispatched a unit, but we live in a semi-rural area. Response time can be spotty. I jumped in my truck. I drive a heavy-duty pickup for work. I peeled out of that construction site like I was running from the devil. I called her phone again. Voicemail. I texted. I called the police. "Hide in the master bathroom. Lock the door. Take my gun from the safe if you can. She knows the code." No read receipt. At 2:30 p.m., he's inside. I heard glass break. "I'm hiding in the closet. Help me." That was the last message. I drove like a maniac. I was doing 100 miles per hour on the highway, weaving through traffic. I nearly clipped a sedan merging lanes. My heart was hammering so hard, I thought I was having a cardiac event. All I could think about was her alone in that house with some psycho. I was running through scenarios. Was she hurt? Was she worse than hurt? I felt a level of fear I haven't felt since I was in the military. I got to my driveway in record time. Skid marks on the asphalt. The house was quiet. No broken glass that I could see from the front, but she said he came in the back. I grabbed the baseball bat I keep behind the passenger seat. I didn't wait for the cops. If she was in the closet and he was in there, seconds mattered. I ran to the front door, locked. I didn't fumble with keys. I didn't know if he was waiting on the other side. I kicked the door right at the lock plate. It took 3 solid kicks, I'm a big guy, 6'2", 240 pounds, before the wood splintered and the door swung open, banging against the wall. I stormed in, bat raised, ready to kill someone. "Jessica!" I roared. "Where are you?" I cleared the living room, empty. I ran toward the hallway leading to the bedroom. Suddenly, Jessica popped out from behind the kitchen island. She was holding her phone on a gimbal, a ring light setup was plugged into the wall nearby, and she was laughing. "Gotcha," she screamed. "Oh my God, look at your face. You look so red. Say hi to the live." I froze. The adrenaline was still pumping so hard my vision was vibrating. I looked around. No intruder, no broken glass, just her, perfectly made up, filming me with a manic grin. "It's a prank," she giggled, zooming in on my face. "The intruder prank. Everyone is doing it." "Did you really drive all the way here? You look terrified. That is so cute." She looked at her phone screen. "Guys, look at the bat. He went full protector mode. Drop a heart in the chat for a protective daddy." My hearing kind of went out for a second. It was replaced by a high-pitched ringing. I lowered the bat slowly. The fear evaporated instantly, replaced by a cold, absolute rage. I walked over to the wall and unplugged the ring light. "Hey," she protested. "The lighting." "Get out," I said. My voice wasn't loud. It was dead flat. She scoffed, rolling her eyes. "Oh, calm down. Don't be such a drama queen. It's for content. This video is going to pay for our vacation." "There is no our vacation," I said. "There is no us. You have 10 minutes to pack a bag and get out of my house." "You're joking," she said, nervously laughing. She pointed the phone at me again. "He's grumpy, guys." I snatched the phone out of her hand. I didn't break it. I'm not stupid. I don't destroy property that isn't mine. But I ended the live stream and put the phone in my pocket. "You faked a life-or-death emergency," I said, stepping into her personal space. "I was doing 100 miles an hour. I could have killed a family on the highway. I called 911. Police are on their way to a fake crime scene because of you." Her face fell. "You called the cops? Why would you do that?" "It's just a prank." "Because you texted me, 'Help, he's inside.'" I shouted, finally losing the volume control. "Get out." "I live here," she shrieked. "You can't kick me out. I have rights. I've lived here for 4 months. I'm a tenant." "You just committed a crime," I corrected her. "You initiated a false emergency response. That overrides your comfort." Sirens wailed in the distance. They were getting closer. "That's the police," I said. "I'm gonna go talk to them. I'm gonna show them the texts. I'm gonna show them the video you just live-streamed. And I'm going to tell them the truth." She turned pale. "You wouldn't. Watch me." I walked out to the driveway as 2 cruisers pulled up. Officers came out, hands on holsters, looking for a threat. I dropped the bat and put my hands up. "I'm the homeowner," I called out. "I'm the one who called. There is no intruder. I repeat, no intruder." The officers approached, looking tense. "Sir, we got a call about an active home invasion. My girlfriend," I spat the word out, "decided to fake a home invasion for a TikTok video. She sent me texts saying she was going to die. I broke my own door down to save her. She was filming it." I pulled her phone out. I had unlocked it, she gave me the code ages ago, and pulled up the saved live stream replay. I showed the officer. The older officer's face went from professional concern to disgusted annoyance in about 2 seconds. "She faked a 911 emergency for internet points?" "Yes." They went inside. I stayed by the truck. I could hear her crying and screaming inside. "He's abusing me. He broke the door. I'm scared of him." The officer came back out a few minutes later, looking grim. "She's claiming tenancy, sir. Says she's lived here 4 months. Legally, we can't just evict her on the spot." "I know," I said, "but she also just committed a false report of a crime in progress. That's an arrestable offense, isn't it?" The officer nodded slowly. "It is, especially since resources were dispatched." "So here is my proposal," I said. "You give her a choice. You can arrest her right now for the false report and take her downtown. Or she can pack a bag, leave voluntarily to de-escalate the domestic situation, and I won't press the issue tonight. But she needs to be off my property." The officer looked at the broken door, then at me. "I can work with that." He went back inside. I don't know exactly what was said, but the tone was firm. He essentially told her she was looking at handcuffs or a suitcase. She came out 10 minutes later with 2 suitcases, crying hysterically. She looked at me. "I hate you. You ruined everything." This video was going to be viral. It probably will be, I said. Just not how you think. She got in her car, which I paid the insurance on. I made a mental note to cancel that immediately, and peeled out. I gave the officers my statement. They gave me an incident number. They documented the incident as false report, subject departed voluntarily. I called a contractor buddy of mine to come secure the door. Then I checked into a hotel. I am done. I am blocking her on everything. But I know her. She's gonna spin this. She's gonna try to use the footage of me bursting in with a bat to claim I'm a violent psycho. I'm meeting with my lawyer tomorrow morning. I'm not just defending myself. I'm going on the offensive. Update 1. It's been 24 hours. I was right. She tried to spin it. I woke up this morning to a barrage of messages from mutual friends and even a few of my employees. Jessica posted an edited version of the video on TikTok and Instagram. The video cuts out her laughing and saying, "Gotcha." It cuts out the ring light. It just shows the door exploding inward, me storming in with a baseball bat looking like a demon and screaming, "Where are you?" Her caption, "My boyfriend finally showed his true colors. I was just sitting at home and he broke the door down in a rage. I've never been so scared. I'm homeless and traumatized. #abuser, #narcissist, #survivor." The video has 200K views. The comments are vile. People are calling for my head. They're finding my business page. They're leaving 1-star reviews calling me a violent, unhinged abuser. I didn't panic. I didn't comment. I drank my coffee and went to my lawyer's office. My lawyer, let's call him Saul, he's expensive and aggressive, watched the video. Then he looked at the police report. Then he looked at the text logs I exported. "She's an idiot," Saul said. "She posted a video of you reacting to a felony she committed and claimed it was unprovoked aggression. This is defamation per se. We drafted a plan, cease and desist, sent to her and the platform hosting the video, demanding immediate removal due to defamatory content and false portrayal of a crime. The lawsuit, we are suing for defamation for the false narrative that is damaging my business reputation. Property damage, the cost of the door frame and custom hardwood door, $2,800 to replace and install. Intentional infliction of emotional distress, IIED. This is the big one. Faking a home invasion to a partner causes severe emotional distress. I legitimately thought she was being assaulted or killed. The panic attack I had in the car? Documented. The near miss on the highway? I have dashcam footage of my driving. Saul also advised me to get ahead of the narrative before the lawsuit hits. "Do you have any proof of the prank aspect?" he asked. "I have the officer's body cam reference number," I said. And she was live streaming. The original stream went out to her followers live. Someone must have screen recorded it. I went on Twitter. I searched her handle. Sure enough, the internet is forever. Someone had reposted the full live stream with the caption, "Look at this girl pranking her BF and him actually saving her lol." In the unedited clip, you clearly hear her say, "It's a prank. Everyone is doing it," and laughing while I stand there hyperventilating. I took that clip. I took screenshots of her texts, "He's inside, help me." I posted them on my personal Facebook and LinkedIn where the professional damage was happening. My caption, regarding the video circulating, "My ex-girlfriend faked a home invasion yesterday. She texted me that an intruder was in the house and she was hiding in a closet. I drove 100 miles per hour to save her life. I kicked my own door down to protect her." The rage you see is a man terrified that the woman he loves is being murdered. She was filming a TikTok. She is now my ex. The police report number is XXX for false report prank. I will be pursuing legal action for defamation. I hit post. Then I called my insurance agent and removed her from the car policy. I called the phone company and canceled her line. It was on my family plan. I changed the Wi-Fi password, the garage codes, and the smart lock codes once the door is fixed. She texted me about an hour ago via iMessage, which turned green, so her service is already cut or she's on Wi-Fi. "You're ruining my life? Take that post down. People are bullying me." I didn't reply. I just forwarded the screenshot to Saul. Update 2. Things have escalated. She didn't just go away. 3 days after the incident, I was at work. My receptionist buzzed me. "Sir, there's a group of people here, and a woman crying." It was Jessica, her mother, and her older brother. I told the receptionist to lock the lobby doors and call the police if they tried to enter the secure area. I walked out to the lobby. Her mother, Karen, fitting, started screaming immediately. "You monster! You threw my baby out on the street. She has nowhere to go." "She can live with you," I said calmly. "We don't have room," Karen yelled. "You have a 4-bedroom house. You have a moral obligation to support her until she gets on her feet. She has tenant rights. She lived there for 4 months. You can't just kick her out." "She left voluntarily," I corrected her. "She had a choice: be arrested for filing a false police report or leave to de-escalate. She chose to leave. That is considered abandoning the property." "She was coerced," her brother shouted. "And," I continued, ignoring him, "I have a temporary protective order filed as of this morning. A judge signed it. It bars her from being within 500 feet of me or my home. Tenancy does not override a protective order for domestic abuse. Faking a crisis to terrorize a partner is psychological abuse." That shut them up. Saul had been busy. We filed for an ex parte protective order based on the psychological violence of the prank and the subsequent harassment. Because she had texted me 50 times promising to destroy me after I cut her phone off, the judge granted it. "You've been served," I said, pointing to the papers I had in my hand. Saul had given me copies just in case. "If you or anyone on your behalf contacts me again, you go to jail. If you come within 500 feet of my home or business, you go to jail." Her brother, who was about my size but soft, tried to puff up. "You think you're a tough guy, kicking down doors?" "I think I'm a guy who protects what's his," I said, stepping closer to him. "And I think you're trespassing. Leave, now." They left. But the real victory happened in court yesterday. We had the hearing for the small claims damages, the door, and the protective order extension. Jessica showed up without a lawyer. She thought she could cry her way out of it. She told the judge it was just a joke. He has no sense of humor. He's controlling. The judge, a stern woman in her 60s, looked at the evidence. She watched the video of Jessica laughing while I held a baseball bat, shaking with adrenaline. She read the texts where Jessica claimed an intruder was inside the house. The judge lowered her glasses. "You induced a panic response in your partner that could have resulted in a heart attack or a vehicular homicide on his way home. You wasted police resources. And when he arrived to save you, you mocked him. This isn't a prank. It's depraved." Ruling: Jessica is ordered to pay $2,840 for the door replacement. The restraining order is extended for 1 year. She is barred from posting any images or videos of me or my property on social media. She has to delete the existing videos. She started sobbing in the courtroom. "I don't have $2,000. I don't have a job." "Then I suggest you get one," the judge said. "Next case." I walked out. She tried to approach me in the parking lot, but the bailiff stepped in. I got in my truck and drove away. I also found out from a mutual friend that her followers turned on her. When my LinkedIn post went viral, it got picked up by a LinkedIn lunatics page, but then people actually sided with me. The full context came out. Her comment section went from "Yas Queen, leave him" to "You are a psychopath," and "This is why men don't trust us." She lost her brand deals. She was trying to promote some teeth whitening kit. They dropped her publicly. Final update: it has been 6 months since I kicked my door down. My house is quiet. The door has been replaced with a solid mahogany one, reinforced frame. I also installed a full perimeter security system with cameras, so if I ever get a text like that again, I can check the feed instantly. Trust, but verify. Jessica is gone from my life, but not from my payroll, in a way. She never paid the judgment for the door. She ignored the 30-day payment window completely, probably thinking it would just go away. So Saul executed a garnishment order against her wages. She apparently had to move back in with her parents, despite them having no room. She got her old job back as a dental hygienist. Since she's on a W-2 payroll, the court automatically deducts 25% of her disposable earnings until my $2,840 plus legal fees is paid off. Every 2 weeks, I get a small deposit in my bank account. It's usually around $150. I use that money to buy myself a nice bottle of bourbon or a steak dinner. I call it the stupidity tax. I heard through the grapevine that she's banned from TikTok. Apparently, simulating crimes violates their terms of service, and enough people reported her account after the court case went public. Her career as an influencer is dead. I'm dating again. A woman my age this time. She's an architect. She has her own house, her own money, and hates social media. Last week, we were cooking dinner and my phone buzzed. She jumped a little. "Everything okay?" she asked. I checked it. It was just a notification for the deposit from the garnishment. "Yeah," I smiled. "Just a royalty payment from a bad investment." I learned my lesson. I ignored the small red flags, the phone addiction, the minor disrespect, the entitlement, because I liked having a younger, attractive girlfriend. I let my ego drive the car. But when the rubber met the road, I found my spine. I didn't negotiate. I didn't simp. I didn't talk it out. She breached the perimeter of my trust. I neutralized the threat. To the guys reading this, if she values content over your peace, get rid of her. If she tests your safety to get a reaction, get rid of her. And if you have to kick down a door to save her, make sure you lock it behind her when you throw her out. Stay safe, fellas. Edit. A lot of people are asking about the emotional distress lawsuit. We decided to drop the separate civil suit for IAED, intentional infliction of emotional distress, after we got the judgment for the door and the restraining order. Why? Because she's broke. You can't get blood from a stone. Dragging her through a year-long civil trial would cost me $10 in legal fees to win a judgment she can't pay. The victory wasn't about the money, though the garnishment checks are sweet. The victory was total erasure. She is blocked, banned, broke, and back at her 9-to-5, living in her childhood bedroom. She wanted to be a main character. Now she's just a cautionary tale.